Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. I am so happy to be here. Whatever lives I previously told about, I'm not going to do any more lives on Wednesday. I lied. Again, you'll know when I'm not posting on Wednesday anymore, when you don't see me posting on Wednesday anymore. How about that? Okay. So for right now, it's still posting on Wednesdays at noon U.S. lunchtime, and on Sundays at 5 p.m., right? So that's how we're going to roll until you stop seeing me do it. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to say, first of all, hold on, let me make sure I didn't cut stuff off because I never do. Anyways, I wanted to say welcome. My name is Yolanda. I am locating cozy, and this is a broad chat. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And when you come in, make sure that you do say hello in the comments, anything, boo, girl, I know you, girl, I know Traneka. Yes, do all that. Thank you, and please. And so before we get started, let's go ahead and bring her on stage. Traneka, oh my gosh.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I have been talking about this. I was telling my daughters, I was like, I got her. She's coming on. Okay.
Thank you. I am so honored to be here. I think this is amazing what you're doing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Can I shout out my Nola Bay right quick?
Yes.
Heifer is on here. I love her so much. She's a veteran in the living abroad game. So yeah, just respect to my love.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Okay. So, see, I know Kepler too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yes. She was like probably one of the first Black women that I met here when I came to Spain. It was a couple of years ago. So yes. We're all bonded. Okay. So let me go ahead and say a couple of quick hellos and to everyone. Like, hello, Miss Eileen. How you doing? Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for joining. And hello, Bayesian Alpha. This is Christine. Christine is the young lady that moved here from Canada, and she stayed with me for a little while until she got her own apartment, which we still haven't seen. Just hint.
We'll have to see that then.
Hola. Furniture shopping, ain't seen her place yet.
Okay? Oh, goodness.
But I know it has central heat and air. I do know that because it's a newer build here in Zaragoza. But hey, girl.
That's a blessing.
Hello.
For the central air and heat, for sure.
Yes. I mean, I stay plenty warm or cool as needed here. Thank goodness for my mini splits that I have in each room, and plus the radiator for the heat. So I'm very thankful for that.
Because that don't happen for everybody in Spain.
It's not like that everywhere. Not at all. And also we must say hello to Miss K White. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. There you are. Hello, Kepra. How you doing, love? It's so good to see you. Oh, always so good to see you.
Yeah.
And also wanted to say hello to Miss Donna B from H-Town. Everybody. So what y'all don't know is this.
What they don't know?
It's all about H-Town right now.
Yes, it's
all about, yes. Because I, of course, am from Houston, Texas, and so is Traneka. Yes. And so is Donna B. Yes.
So, Houston baddies.
Yeah. And Kepler is honorary. Because she's our neighbor.
Yes, she is.
Oh my goodness. So before we get started, please do again, join, post your comments, give feedback. If you have any questions throughout this wonderful chat that we're about to have, please do put a Q in front of it so I can make sure I kind of push that to the side so I can make sure that I pop it up right away, or push it to the side so I'll make sure I'll ask later on. I'm going to say this right now. I did ask Traneka, I was like, so is there like a hard stop time? And she said no. She don't know me very well. No. My goal is always to end at 1 hour and 15 minutes. There have been some situations recently where it went a little bit longer, but it was all just in love and fun and just having genuine conversation.
Yes.
So that's why. But so I'm going to try not to hold you. I'm going to let you have your life back. But for now, she's here and I'm so happy.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Oh, wow. This is so great. So before we get started, y'all know I have my questions. Y'all know I have to know basically what's going on in my world or what's going on in your world. So I'm going to start with you. What's going on in your world, Traneka?
There's a lot going on in my world. First of all, like Miss Yolanda said, I'm from Houston, and I have just been enjoying Houston and just being with my family, loving everything about that. I feel like, especially being abroad, sometimes it's hard to be with your family and have that time. But I've really had the opportunity to spend a lot of times, pick up my brother from school, like visit my brother in college. So that has really just been things that I really love. If you know me, you know that I love my family. Family is always like priority to me. Also, of course, I've been doing a lot of Melanin Madrid things as well. We completed the Move to Madrid course. We have that out right now. So
I
it's
saw that.
exciting. And just
We're going to
really
be talking about that too. Just trust
okay.
on that.
Right, just focusing on, trying to see how I can be just the best for the community. But that's what's been going on in my world, and just been loving up on my grandma because she's 85 years old and she is just so funny, y'all. She's so funny. And so that's just been what's going on. So kind of having like a well-rounded thing. It used to just be like travel, travel, travel. And now it's really like prioritizing things that are truly important: family, travel, and just things like that.
And it's okay to sit still and really just embrace the current environment. It's
Exactly.
like, yeah, I mean, we all sometimes have that itinerary to hit the streets, but
Mm.
also it's okay to sit still and just soak it all up and enjoy it and appreciate it. That's awesome.
It is, but what do you do when the streets love you? You know?
I didn't say you weren't going back to the streets. I said
Okay.
embrace where you is right now.
Okay, I like how that sound.
Yeah, yeah. We're not saying that you won't be back there soon, hopefully, but yes, I get it. I get it. So, what's going on in my world? I'm gonna. I got one little shock just now, right before I went live. I got a little surprise. So, as most of y'all know, when I came here, I had one suitcase that I didn't even send it through, send my bag. I actually checked my luggage full of my hair. Okay.
Ooh,
I was like, I had this little suitcase just with my hair and hair products. It was it.
uh-huh.
So, anyways, I just ordered some hair stuff from Love Me Hair. Yeah,
Oh,
Love Me Hair.
yeah.
And I was so excited because the products came like within 3 days. And I was like, oh, this is great because that was my first time ordering here in Spain.
Mhm.
Why did I get a bill
Oh,
from
no.
FedEx talking about I owe them 23 euro for the import?
Go
Did I
go
get my need number? My need number? Well, like, can y'all trace me? Okay.
right. Listen, go and drop the 23 because I need what I need. I need my Love Me hair. Go ahead and drop the 23.
I just didn't. I didn't see it coming because it's like
Right.
it arrived and I was like, okay. And I know that there's imports and all that stuff, but I thought it was covered. And maybe I didn't read the fine print from when I placed the order, but I didn't know that they were going to be coming at me later on and saying, hey, Love Me Hair ain't paying this import fee. So you got to. Now, I know that there's been times when they've reached out, like even when I had all my bags shipped to me when I left the States. But the customs would ever contacted me and said, hey, this is how much you need to pay
Mhm.
to receive your bag. So since I didn't get any kind of call before they delivered, I wasn't expecting a bill.
Right.
Okay.
How do you even do they tell you how to pay the bill on there? Do
Oh,
you have
girl,
to
they
get
give instructions on here. Yeah, they're not playing. They give instructions,
okay.
detailed, like 2
Ah,
pages. Yeah.
oh my do you do it online?
Yeah, I'm
Probably.
sure
Okay,
you
yeah.
go online and pay. Yeah. But I was just like, really?
I wonder when you pay it, like how much longer is it gonna take to get there? I'm like, I need my stuff like yesterday.
Well, the thing is, I already received it. Not this one, but I
Oh,
already received it. Yeah, I got it. like last week
Oh,
or the week before. Yeah. So that's why I was surprised to see this bill. That's what was confusing. Had they actually reached out to me like right when it was about to be delivered and said, hey,
right.
you know, I would have been like, okay, well, I got to do it. But they sent me a bill afterwards.
You think
It's
it's a
just,
you think it's a scam?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think it's real and true. I mean, I'm not going to go to the link that they sent. I'm going to go start with, the actual FedEx link and
Right.
stuff like that and
Exactly.
go from there. But yeah. Anyways, the other thing that's going on in my world. So I'm saying this out loud because I got some attitude yesterday
Oh,
because, because my wonderful tenant who's here now, she does her own thing and everything, but she's been staying with me now since I guess mid December.
mm-hmm.
So anyways, she comes home yesterday and she's like, oh, there's some birthday cake in there. I just brought some birthday cake home. And I was like, oh, whose birthday was it? So she was like, oh, that was mine.
She didn't tell you.
No, I was offended. We laughed about it. So,
Right,
but
right,
still,
right.
I was just like, why didn't you tell me your birthday and stuff? And she was like, oh, I didn't want to make a big deal. I said, I tell you what, mine is October 3rd.
Oh,
I don't care if you're
okay.
not living here. I expect some kind of
Exactly.
acknowledgement.
Exactly. Let them know. Okay. When I wake up, I want to see a cake and some candles. Okay. Or
Yes,
some balloons or
yes.
something.
Something, yeah. So I felt like, I just missed my chance to really like do something really extravagant, because
Right.
my house and everything. It's like I need to like do something, and take pictures, put it on Instagram.
Exactly. It could have been festive, like a festive experience. So,
Yes, that's how I roll. You took that away from me. I know it's all about you and your birthday, but you took the joy
ew,
away from me. Okay.
right? Of celebrating you.
But I'm glad the cake was freaking good too. I think it was just a little piece, but it was really good. So I'll let it slide this time.
Just this time.
So the other question I like to ask,
Mm-hmm.
ladies, y'all know, is how are you locating your cozy? What are you doing that's just about you, that's making you happy? Not because you have to do it, because it was just something that you maybe just wanted or needed, but it was just about your specific satisfaction. Can you share?
Yeah, so I feel like just going on like simple walks throughout the day. That has been so nice. It's a great neighborhood and just, you start to go on walks and you start seeing the same people and then you're just like, "Oh, hey doctor, Dr. Kevin, how are you?" blah blah blah. Like you just start seeing all these the same people all the time. You get to meet people. And I think it's just a great way to like get outside and get in your community because I know like
Mhm.
live in sometimes in the US it tends to be a little bit individualistic and like we don't really know our neighbors that much and different things like that. So I love like just taking my walks and just like seeing the same people and saying hi and then see, I've never seen you before. Like little things like that, just taking time to like listen to my music or just like listen to nature. So that has been
Yeah.
just
Oh,
something,
wow.
yeah, something that's just been really, really restorative for me.
I've been wanting to. I have not been walking. I mean, I don't have a car and I walk wherever I need to go.
Mhm,
But what I miss is right now, because the daybreak doesn't come until about maybe a little bit after 8.
mhm.
Right now, it's getting ready to transition slowly. But I feel safe here, but I don't want to just go walking around at like because I wake up at like 6 in the morning. I may go to sleep at like 1 or 2, but I'm still gonna wake up at 6. But I want to go walking, and I'm looking forward to a bit more of the change so I can actually go walking. I don't know. It's something about me like just getting out of bed and go walking first thing in the morning. And yeah, but maybe it's just a damn good excuse. I don't know.
We have somebody here.
Maybe that's
Good afternoon to you as well.
it.
I see.
Yes, that would be hi, Rosalind. She came
Hi,
to Zaragoza to visit, and we hung out in October. Yes,
What's
yes.
what's the vibe like in Zaragoza?
It's it's really nice. I really enjoy it. Um, it's just like the little I call it the hidden gem that most people and most women that have come through to see me are like, girl, I didn't know. Like because everybody goes to Sevilla, they go to Barcelona, they go to Madrid. In which case, Madrid is my heart. I love Madrid,
Makes
But when I made the decision to go ahead and move to Zaragoza, um, I because I didn't like Zaragoza, I didn't care for it when I first got here. I'll say
mhm.
that. But it grew on me over time, over visiting over time, and now I just absolutely love it. It's a whole different vibe. That it's big city, but not as touristy.
Right.
Yeah, because it's
That's
growing.
nice. Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
that's nice. I'm sure you are enjoying that. What was the turning point where you were like, okay, like I think I kind of like this place.
Well, I mean, when my daughter had a baby, but okay, but then
Mhm.
also the big turning point, because when I was making my plans to move to Madrid, because that's where after the picnic that Melanin Madrid had
Okay.
in 2020, no, was it 2023? Yeah,
Mhm.
2023 that I went to. After that, I was like, oh, I'm moving to Madrid. That's where I'm supposed to be. Period. And then when I started like really sitting down and crunching numbers, because I know I'm like an inner city, like I like to be in the thick of it all. I'm a city center person.
Me too.
And when I really looked at the difference in the price of the cost of living and everything between
Mhm.
Zaragoza and Madrid, and I could be saving like $500 or $600 a month, I
Yeah.
was like, well, let's go ahead and give Zaragoza a try. And
Yeah.
then the bottom line is, um, Zaragoza is like an hour and 15 minutes by train. It's right in between Barcelona and Madrid.
That's
So
perfect.
it's an hour and 15 minutes both ways. So I'm like, I still go there pretty regularly.
I feel like I'm like, maybe I'll try Zaragoza because since
Come
you
on,
said
girl.
it's like between Barcelona and Madrid, because
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Hmm.
Yep. Very much so. Oh, well, okay. So hold on. Let me just go ahead and share how I'm locating my cozy.
Okay,
Okay. So I think my tenant has been judging me a little bit because I don't go nowhere. Okay.
you're in the house.
I am in the house. I'm happily in the house.
Yes.
And but because she'd be like, bye. And I'll be like, okay, because I get up in the morning and I have my goals. I have a lot of things that I'm working on. And so I have my goals. So like for the past 3 days, I have gotten up, I've been working on stuff, and some things I work on, I just go down this deep rabbit hole and I feel like it should have taken me maybe 30 minutes, and like 3 hours later, I'm like, why isn't this doing exactly what I want? Anyways, I'm embracing it. I'm getting some things done. And I do have, plans. Like I'm pretty busy tomorrow, but I have been really just like, it's okay if you don't go anywhere, because you being in the streets or being and doing things all the time, it's like, this is my nice break. This is my valley, before I hit the next peak. But I have been sitting here at my desk, comfortably working and watching tiny home expeditions on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I want a tiny home? No, but it is addictive. And they're like, just little 15, 20-minute stories and stuff. So yes, I've just been like, and it's funny because when like the same platform, the same storyline, but if it's another show I'll
Uh-huh.
be like, I don't want to watch that one yet. I'm on a roll here. They have
Right.
600 videos. I want to watch all of them first.
I can't. I love it. I absolutely love it. I like, I think it's really inspirational because you are like just like lively, you doing your thing, you done moved to Zaragoza. And I'm like, man, like you even inspiring me because definitely want to come back. I'll come back to Spain one day, probably really soon. So y'all look out for me. Come say hey to me. And yeah, so like I've been actually exploring like different cities where I would like to go. So Zaragoza
Okay, okay.
might
So
be.
now that we have this, I would love to know. Please do tell us a bit about yourself. I have a whole bunch of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
And then after I had like my 20 questions that I just kind of like ChatGPT told me what to ask, and then I was like, but no, I have 10 other questions that I want to ask her. So I'm gonna space it out. But first, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. So I started out as career wise, I was a teacher first.
Mhm.
And I ended up just moving into tech. And by me moving into tech, that actually allowed me to travel and like while I'm working, because I worked remotely. And so I was like, I
Mhm.
can really do this for real. So I ended up getting like a great tech job, and that's how I was able to like visit. I visited Madrid several times, like after I moved. Um, but even before that, like I started out, living in Madrid, loved it so much. And I was just like, you know what? Like this type of lifestyle, I hope everyone gets to feel this. So like if you compare the lifestyle in the US to Spain, it's very different. I'm from Texas, so like, I mean, just think of it like, obviously you from Houston also, like the majority of the time we're driving. Hi. The majority of the time we're driving, we're not really getting out, we're really not talking to people. You have your friends and stuff. So I feel like the US can be a little bit isolating. Whereas like Spain, you come, you meet other expats, we're all in the same boat. So it's so exciting. I think the lifestyle is a little bit more about community, and that's something that I really, really love. Loved it so much that I decided to create Melanin Madrid, and that was in, I think, 2016. I always like forget the date, honestly, but I just remember the first event we had, and we had it at Nelson Mandela, like the plaza there.
Mm-hmm.
In Madrid, and it was just so great. We have a video. I'll have to share the video. And we were just all having so much fun. And that's where Melanin Madrid was really born. We just had a lot of great people there. And so yeah. And so I just wanted to continue. Thank God it's lasted this long, but I think we've lasted this long because of just like being authentic and actually really wanting to like help the community and making sure that everybody is like good. And people have said, like, I've met my best friends in Melanin Madrid and different things. Or like they have attended like an event that we've had, and they've like really been able to connect um, in Madrid. And so like one of my friends, Princess, she's a lawyer for Disney. Isn't that funny? Princess Disney. Isn't that funny? She's an attorney at Disney, entertainment attorney, and she was in law school in Madrid. And she was like, "You will never." Oh, thank you, Kev, for 2016, June 7, 2016.
Oh
Um,
wow. She had
yes,
the date. She's like, and it
she.
was at 12:24
Oh,
p.m.
I'm telling you, like she literally knows everything. So thank you. So yeah, my friend, she was like, my friend, she's from Los Angeles, and then I have another friend from South Africa. She, my South African friend, she married a Spanish guy. All met through Melanin Madrid, and my friend Princess went to her wedding. She was like, I went to Selma's wedding in South Africa, and I think she was in Joburg, and she was like, yeah, and we all met through Melanin Madrid, and I was like, that makes me feel so good hearing stories like that. So
Yeah.
like with a
It's
background in journalism, like I always love stories. Like, so I love that.
oh wow. Oh wow. It's just it's that's why I always like to talk about the fact that it is important that you find community.
Mhm.
If you're making bold moves, and it's great to make those bold moves, to make these changes, but finding community to support your ideas, just to kumbaya you, and just be like, hey girl, yes, you're
Mhm.
awesome too. Let's meet up. And I remember, and I posted about this just
Mhm.
this past summer. Because when I moved here in April of last year, I was staying with my daughter and son-in-law and the baby
Mhm.
until my apartment was ready, until my flat was ready.
I
And right, I'm real Spaniard now. My
love
flat,
it. I love it.
but I had picked up some pet sits like in Barcelona and Madrid just to get away, give them space, give myself some space. So when I was in Madrid at one point, I want to say it was May. I was just like, so what's going on? Anything going on in the area? So we found out that they were doing a game night at, what's the Jamaican place? One Love?
One love.
Reggae One Love?
Mhm.
Yes. Some good ass oxtails. Oh my gosh.
I haven't eaten there yet, so when I go back, I'll
Yes.
definitely go there.
Yes. But it was just so much love and so much fun. We were playing, I had musical chairs. We were playing musical chairs.
I love it.
And I
Like,
didn't mind using my butt to bump people off. I was like, no, okay.
get back. No, but yeah, no, that a lot of those experiences in Madrid really you're just like, wow, like I'm actually out doing things, like having a good time. And I
Mhm.
actually can do that. Sometimes back home, we get super busy and we're just like, no. Or like in Houston, if you live on the south side and someone lives on the north side, you know how that goes. And so like it just really
I can't
difficult.
date if you outside the
You just
loop.
can't. You just it's no way. But so, those we all, just loved being there. Like you said, people have kind of the same mindset that you have. Like are running a business, you're doing great things. You want somebody who kind of aligns with your same like mindset. And you can do that at home too, but I feel like it's just easier because people are a little bit more open when you are in Spain. I feel like people are more open.
Yeah. I mean, and another time I went, um, I actually did a pet sit because I posted within the Melanin Madrid group about me pet sitting, or like I think I posted a vlog about pet sitting. And another young lady, I can't remember her name now. I'm sorry if you're watching this, but she lived like close to Grand Via. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
she had reached out to me. She needed somebody to come and pet sit, take care of her dog while she went out of town. And so I said, sure, I'll come to Madrid and hang out with your dog. And it was awesome. And I posted in the group. I was like, so hey, what's going on this weekend? I can go do things by myself. I don't have a problem.
Right.
I don't have a problem doing that. But if they're, if you're available, great. But also if you can point me into some things that's going on. I ended up meeting with two people, I have their pictures still, from Melanin Madrid group that we met up and went to the street festival over by Lava Pias. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
had
the
so much fun.
spontaneous. It's so fun, just like really spontaneous things. And oh my goodness, Lorna just said facts. I'm in Northwest Houston. We
Right? I
we
saw that. Yeah.
understand. We understand. But yeah, no, it's just kind of
Can't
that
date you. Okay.
right. You just can't. But we understand like that and just the spontaneous nature. Like you can do things on a random Tuesday. Hey girl, I'm here. I think it's just like because things are in such close proximity in like
Yeah.
Spain, you walk out of your apartment, you're at the grocery store. You walk out, you're here. So it makes things just a lot easier. I guess it's like the equivalent of living in like the on the East Coast, right? Like New York and
Mhm.
Boston and just things like that. So
Yes, yes, I get it. So let's go back. So when did you first move to Madrid? And was it just because you were working remote? Did your job send you there, or were you just like, I work remote, therefore I can be anywhere?
well, when I first moved to Madrid, I actually did through the NowCap program. It used to be the
Okay.
Auxiliar program, but I did through the NowCap program first. And so that was when I like first moved to Madrid. And I did that for about 2 years. And then I like just would come to Madrid for like 3 months here, 3 months there. And then that was when I was like working remotely.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So did you come from a family of travelers, or was it like, you were like the oddball? Okay.
Oh my God, I was always the oddball. Like my family really didn't travel. Like we had been to like, if I were to be honest, we had been to I'm from Houston. The only vacations we took were like to San Antonio. So like just right up the street. So my
Mhm.
my mom didn't travel, my dad didn't travel at all. But I did have an auntie that would travel. Her name's Diorcy. She my aunt Diorcy, and she would just be like, "You need to get out. Like this is not the best place in the world. I mean, like you should go out and see the world." And so she kind of inspired me. Then I had another cousin, his name's Ronald. He was in the military and he would always tell me about these beautiful places that he had been, and I was like, I really want to go. I've always wanted to go to these different places. And then my cousin, bye Kefra. And then
Bye.
I just one day I just was following this group, Brothers and Sisters of South Korea, and literally I was in South Korea like maybe like a year later or so. So that was the first place I went abroad. And so that was a place that really like shocked me. I was like, that this is a lot. It was a lot, but I loved it. What a beautiful country with such kind, beautiful people. Hey Bethany.
So I've heard some things about the South Korea, but before we dig in, so where are some of the other places that you've been international?
I have cousins in Argentina. So like I went to like Argentina for maybe 3 weeks. I've been to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I've been to Italy, you know,
Okay.
The
Oh, I
UK.
don't know. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking
you
because I'm like, I ain't
actually
been
don't.
nowhere.
You actually don't know. I've been to a lot of places. I was just like, let me write some of these places down. But yeah, I've been to quite a few places. China, just for a bit though, not a long time, but yeah, I've been to a few places, and each place has been something completely different.
So, okay, so of the places that you visited, which one was the most challenging experience, and which one was the most like, oh, it's everything experience?
Well, I will say that the challenging experience with South Korea, that was very hard at first because I didn't really have the maturity to, I just wasn't as mature. I was like 23, 20, maybe 23. So I just didn't have
Mhm.
the maturity to really like embrace the situation because it was my first time being abroad, and it was somewhere that was just so vastly different, than
Mhm.
anywhere. That was the hardest place. The easiest place, I like Spain more than all of them. But the easiest place for me was probably like Abu Dhabi. I mean, out Dubai. That was the easiest place to live. Everything was just like accessible. It was just very easy. I was there for like I wasn't there for a long time, maybe like a month or so with
Mhm.
some friends, and it was just a very easy place to live. It's great. It's easy.
Like communication, finances, luxury,
Just
what?
just luxury everywhere, but I think just connectivity, like just being able to get around, like Uber's quick, like if I needed something I could get it really quickly, like if I needed my clothes washed, they would come to your place, take your clothes and then bring them back like 2 hours. It was just everything was just very easy and efficient, and it was fantastic. And then I had friends there, so it was also great because of that.
Okay, okay. So when you left Spain, how long were you in Spain before you finally had to leave and
Three
go back to Houston for a while?
3 years.
And how did that make you feel? Okay, my daughter's a therapist. I couldn't help it. Okay.
Love it. I love it. Well, at first I was kind of excited to go back because, you know, sometimes when you are in Spain for an extended period of time, you're just like, oh, I just want to see an abundance of Black people. I want to see where my Latinos at. Like you just want to see something. And Spain does have diversity, but culturally we're different.
Depending on where you're at. Yeah.
Right. Depending on where you are, and just culturally, obviously, we're different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very tough process because you go from just everybody being so open and you've adjusted to that, then you're coming back and people are like, oh, like, what do you do? What do you do? So like a lot of the conversations are different. And I was like, I don't do anything. I just travel. I'm just traveling. But so a lot of the conversations are different. So like the mindset, I had to kind of get back into the mindset of being here, but also it forced me to realize that, like, okay, like I know that a lot of people are focused on what you do, that a lot of people in the US want to know what you do, because sometimes they will probably determine how they're going to treat you by them asking you what you actually do. And so I was like, wow, like I really felt like I didn't have an identity because I'm like, I'm just coming back from living in Spain, and I just didn't feel really good. So I guess it's like what people say, reverse culture shock. That was something that was really like difficult. It took me a while. It took me took me a year, maybe like 2 years to like be like, okay, I'm back. The first year was like bad, but the second year I was like, okay, I'm fine.
So then how long have you been back in Texas? Yeah, how long have you been back this time?
Oh, I've been back for a long time. Maybe about, let's see, 7 years.
You've been back 7 years?
I've been back for a long time, but I always come back. People never be like, for real? Because I always come back and I stay for a long time. I was just there a year ago, like in December, not this December, but this past December, I was there supporting my friend Corey. Corey, he owns Soho Art. Corey Chancellor, he's from Dallas, actually. If you guys should go to Soho Art, if you're ever in Madrid, he owns an art studio.
Well,
Yes,
I'm writing this down right now. I'm like, oh, okay, Soho Art. Okay,
right,
Corey.
please. And he's so fun. And so I came there to like support. He has a Christmas event every year. I love it, where he donates toys to kids. And so I would go, like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, support Corey. So I went, and the beautiful part about it was I got to share the experience with my brother. My brother is 22. I think he was like 20 at the time. And
Mhm.
so yeah, like I come back so frequently, or I'll come back in the summers, and like I'll always come back because it'll always be really a part of me. So I
Yeah.
love
But are you, so I have to say, you kind of remind me of myself because like you created Melanin Madrid and it's growing and running strong. I created, and I don't think you're a member of this group, of the Texas Sisters. Um,
no
it's
Texas.
an extension of the Exodus Summit, but
Yes, ma'am.
I created the Texas Sisters so that they have like the support in Texas, and they have meetups for, for like-minded women that are looking at moving abroad, whether, wherever it is in the world, or just support to quit that damn horrible toxic job, whatever it is.
Period.
Yeah. So, but it's so funny because people are like, "So you still running Texas Sisters?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "But you're not in Texas. That's okay. I
Right.
mean, I got help." Okay.
You do. And if you ever need me to, and I'm really mean this, if you ever need me to like help you attend anything, Catherine is,
Oh,
I'll show up for you, especially if it's in Houston. Like,
girl. Yes. We need, because it's like they have the Texas Sisters, you have, it's a private group, y'all. So yeah. Anyways, but they have like meetups in Austin and in Dallas, and because it's like it's in Houston, so it's not just one person that sets it all up. It's like, if you're so inclined, say something. Say you want to say that you want to get together, and you'll see so many women like, yes, let's go get together for coffee, or let's go,
right.
have some cocktails and talk about our goals and our dreams. And
I
yeah,
love
so
that.
they,
Love
and then
that.
I steal their pictures and put them up as my own because I started the damn group. Okay.
I mean, come on, right? But you let me know, because to be honest, I'm usually saying like hell no to a lot of stuff. If it's not
Mhm.
a hell yes for me, it's a hell no. And most things I'm like no, but like this is something, I'm passionate about. If you ever need any help, I would love to help you. And I don't ask anybody. I really, when I say like I'm like very intentional about like what I do, because I want to use my time to like do things I really like. I've done things I don't like for too much. So, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
I'm sorry, I muted myself when I was coughing. Okay. Anyways, what I was saying was, I remember like before I even started, like I started the Black and Zaragoza Facebook group. But even before that, I had reached out to you because Melanin Madrid is so established here. I was like, how can I be of service to help you?
Right.
I don't
You did it.
know, I know that you have people in place, the admins in place, but I didn't know who to get in contact with besides Kepra. But yeah, I wanted to find out, how can I help be a part of this huge community? Yes, I'm starting a community, or I've
Mhm.
started a community in Zaragoza to support with people of color, people of color. But I also know I was so drawn to the Melanin Madrid group and the meetups and the support there. I was like, how can I be part of, just help her in any kind of capacity possible?
Right. And please, I just, the reason, I'll be honest, I was so focused on like probably trying to finish that course. Y'all, that took me a long time. It took me an entire year, like, of just like hard research.
Mm.
So I probably wasn't as like, I just right now I just kind of don't know. But I do know that like since that is done, that has really like taken a load off of me. So you know, we'll
Here
there
is the Melanin Madrid, introducing the Move to Madrid course
yes.
that it
So
went live in December 21st.
yes, it did. So there will be like some things I just don't, I'm just like, I don't really know right now. We just trying to figure some things out. But we have some really great things happening this week. So we got some meetings with some cool people that that could really change the trajectory. So I'll let you know about it. I don't want to like talk about it and just like put it out there with, and then it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So
Okay, yeah, I get that. I get that. I understand that. And so yeah, we'll give you tidbits of information as we
right.
know better. So you're in Houston right now, And you were saying, I was asking earlier, like, what other parts of Spain would you consider?
Maybe Valencia. Um,
Okay.
Barcelona for sure. I like Barcelona. People are like, if you like Madrid, you don't like I like Barcelona.
Like, but
Um,
two things can be true.
right. I'm trying to think of some other. Oh my God. Like, I think the South is incredible. Like, the South of Spain is just like so beautiful. Maybe like Cadiz, Cadiz.
Mhm.
um, there are, or maybe Malaga. I would try Malaga as
Okay.
well. There's a great community there by beautiful lady. I
Hmm.
forgot her name, but yeah, she's doing some incredible things.
Uh, Danny, I'm actually interviewing her.
Danny.
Yes, I'm actually interviewing her next Wednesday.
Yes, I love that. And she's doing some incredible things out there. So it's so
Yeah.
nice to see so many groups out here.
Well, this is so amazing. Do you speak Spanish or do you speak any other languages?
I can speak Spanish, but I'm actually practicing like a lot now. Like I feel like I didn't take full advantage like when I was there because I was just too busy like having fun, I guess. But yeah, I can speak Spanish, but I don't think as great as I should be able to. So I've been watching
No.
this show on Netflix. I think it's called Machos Alfas and like Alpha Man, Alpha.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard about that.
It
Yes.
is so funny, guys. If you ever, I mean, like I was like, I can't believe that this is this funny. And I'll just like watch the episode, like the same episode, like over and over and like catch new words and stuff. And but if like as far as understanding, I'm fine with like pretty much understanding. But like
Yeah.
sometimes to speak, I'm like, eh. So
See, the big running joke that that people know by now is because my daughter lives here. If I'm with her, and they say something, I just look at her like what they say.
okay, right.
But if I'm by myself, I figure it out. We figure out the communication.
Right. And
Like,
they love
yeah,
it. And Spanish people, they love it. So they probably are like, I really appreciate that you're trying to speak. I think
yeah,
now if I were to go, it's fine. Like I'll literally go back to Spain and like it's just, I don't know what it is. Like it's like I've been there for a while because I'm like I understand everything. I'm fine. Um, Sometimes it's just finding the words. Like what should I say back? But I think just not
yeah.
putting so much pressure on yourself. Like I've been listening to Notes in Spanish, like the podcast. That's a really great podcast to learn Spanish, by the way. Um, I
Dreaming
just
Spanish is really, I love
it's good.
Christine Beijing Alpha actually turned me on to uh, Dreaming Spanish. I really do like that. Along with me just like really practicing. I use Lingolia to just really
Oh,
practice
I
as
love
far as
it.
like homework, your conjugations and stuff, because that's a whole rough world. But I'm starting to pick some up. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, I actually tried to correct my daughter. She's like, okay, you can try that, but really, I know more than you. I'm like, but I'm
Does she be like, relax, mom, relax? Like,
right.
no, but yeah,
It's like, you're good. You're not that good.
oh, just tell her don't hate. No, but it's Spanish is a great language. It's a great language to know. So, and you can
Okay.
learn easily. It's if you practice.
Yep. I mean, it's gonna take some time, so I'll,
Takes
I'll
time.
be. And well, so here's the thing. There's a couple of things. I do want to go to. Christina told me about a in 1 month immersion class where it's like you're going like 5 days a week for like I don't know 2 or 3 hours, five
Mhm.
days a week, and it's 1 month class, and I want to do it, but. And she said, well, there's an online one. And I was like, no, I want to be like in your face. I want to be like,
Exactly.
what do you say? But I know that I have a lot of traveling in, well, I'm doing some traveling in February. Although I could switch that one, but March and April, I'm busy. I'm not going to be in Zaragoza so much. So I'm like, well, in May, I can do it. But, which I think is good timing because this gives me a chance to really kind of focus on dreaming in Spanish, really kind of cultivating, and then or getting used to it really good, and then go in there and jump in the immersion. I think if I jumped into an immersion at this particular time, I'd be frustrated and walk out. I'd be like, y'all can keep y'all $200. Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good price for an immersion course too.
Yeah, fully. She said it was 275, and some people are like, "That's a lot." It's like it's a full 1 month full immersion
Right.
every single day.
That's not.
Girl, no, that's
That's
good.
cheap. That's really cheap.
Yeah, come on. And so when you first came to Madrid, what was, or I don't know if your first time in Spain was in Madrid, or what was your first impression when you first hit Spain?
Well, I just kind of breathed a sigh of relief because you remember before I had been to South Korea. So like when I was in Madrid, I was like this feels like a little bit more like, even though it was different, it still felt a bit more familiar. Um,
Hmm.
I just was like really captivated by the beauty of it. I thought it was like a really beautiful place. The buildings, I thought
Yes.
it was just beautiful, and I was like, I would just walk. I would be like near Atocha, and I would be like, oh my god, like I can't believe I live here. That was like I caught myself saying that like several times, a week. Like I can't believe I live here. Beautiful place, and you just feel free. I don't know. Well, I think I have a theory on why, you feel free. I think it's because it's relatively safe, like
Hmm.
you can just walk around like here, like your head's always kind of on swivel. Like you're just like,
Hmm.
hey, someone could let me make sure to do this. And it's like so nice to be able to like breathe and let all of that go. Like true danger can happen anywhere, right? But it's like there, you just feel so safe. Like I can walk at night. I just feel safe. And I just that was the best part, feeling free. And people would ask me like, what is that? What do you mean by that? And I was like, you will never understand until you like actually like step
Yep.
foot. You won't understand. And my cousin Glenn, he's my favorite cousin. He had ended up coming to Madrid. He just came to visit me like one summer. And he was like, okay, even though this is chaotic, like I understand what you mean by when you say like you feel like free, because he wanted me to go everywhere with him, and I'm like, bro, I don't have to go everywhere. You can just you'll find your way. And he just started going out, and he was like, you know I love this. And just the last story, my brother, who I'm really close to, the 22-year-old, he came and he was like, of course, under me, like, you got to go everywhere with me, you got to go everywhere with me. And that was where Madrid is where I saw my brother like blossom. He's super shy, and I saw him blossom there. So that was something so special for me, because he was just like talking to people, he was laughing, and I'm just sitting back looking at him. So I just feel like Madrid has given me so much, and it also gave my brother like so much confidence and happiness. And
This
that
new and improved version of
my,
of your brother. I've
my
heard this
baby.
same thing. I was watching. Uh, I think they had moved to like Panama. It was like a family with their sons and daughters, but there was a way that they noticed their son, the change in the way that their son walked
Right.
outside of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Exactly.
like that weight had been lifted. It's like that
Yes.
emotional, mental weight that you don't even know that it was bogging you down a little bit.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, yep.
James Baldwin, you remember when he kind of talked about this when he moved from the States to France? He was said the social terror. That's what he called it. It just like went down. And like we're saving our nervous systems, okay? That's what we're doing.
Hmm.
So I don't think people, they don't really realize like the impact that being calm and just being, you know, not having that stress really does to your body. Stress really can manifest in your body. It really, really can. And I think going to places like that where you could just breathe and be happy and walk around and not worry about that, I don't think people really understand that
Yeah,
fully.
I get it. Now I will say the running joke, because we were talking about the men option.
Oh Lord.
Uh, I just remember, so the second time that I came to Spain, and I was just getting out of a relationship, but that was ending, that was in the States and everything. So I still was like in. So I guess nobody was checking for me here in Spain, and so I was here for
They checking. They checking. Trust me. They're
yeah.
checking. They just don't
Well,
know
I
how.
mean, when I came back the next time, I found out how much they were checking,
They're checking. I'm
but
telling you.
but I guess I wasn't really paying attention. So, anyways, but when I went back, I when I left that second time, and after not having what I thought nobody looking at me. And I was like, I feel like a freaking eunuch here. So when I got back, the night that I got back, because I was living in Dallas at the time, the night that I got back, I had went by the corner store in Dallas, and Uncle Unc was like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh, he's looking at me." I was like, "Girl, snap out of it."
Okay, please, because no, ma'am.
Out of it. It was
Right,
just that, like, I was like, "Black man looking at me like,
right,
yes,
right. Okay,
yes."
no. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Yeah. Like I didn't really date in Madrid like that. I just really
Mhm.
didn't. I just kind of like focused. I was just focused on Melanin Madrid, but yeah, there's some very handsome guys there. There's some handsome guys for sure.
Yeah.
Distinguished, handsome. Um, I like. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know. They're really sweet. I like that aside from dating, but like when I look at like fatherhood and stuff, I feel like a lot of them are, from what I've seen, looks like really great dads. They're very
Mhm.
involved. I just saw like a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
aren't they
very much.
involved? I was like, oh my God, I mean, my dad is really involved, but he's very like provider type, like just like stern or whatever. And now he'll
Mhm.
like be a little bit more like want to give me hugs all the time and like give me, he's so sweet. I just love him. He's my bestie right now. Um, but yeah, but
Parents, we grow into that mode now. Yeah.
oh, yeah, he is my bestie. But my like now I mean like when I look at the fathers in Spain, when I first got there, I was like, "Oh my God, like they're so like kind and gentle and just
Hands on, and
they're
yes,
very
yes.
hands-on." I was like, "I love this. They're so sweet." Even if the
And I
kid is
noticed
a
this.
teenager, like the dads are like giving their teens kisses like their teen, I love you so
Uh-huh.
much. I just love that. Oh yeah, and then they can dress. They really can dress. They're
Yes.
clean. They're clean. And they're
I
hands-on.
noticed what one of the things, just even I really noticed it in Zaragoza, but it seems everywhere, like people holding hands,
Yes.
just walk. And I know that maybe we don't see it so much because people are driving everywhere in the States.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, but the affection that is shown without any kind of like who's staring at me, yeah, they don't care. It's just pure affection, whether it's with your, a mother, daughter, it could be a
Yeah.
teenager that's not embarrassed to hold their loved one's hand. It's
At all.
okay.
I think it's just the culture. They
Yeah.
have a very, communal culture and they are all about family. So I think it just boils down to culture and them just being
Yeah.
like even the kids when you teach like I was teaching English and this little boy was like he was like Traneka, like can I give you like a kiss? And I was like, no. Like no.
It's
Hell
like,
no.
no, we don't do that.
I was like, "No." And then I asked the teacher, and she was like, "Oh, that's okay. It's actually quite common to like, like give your kids, like a kiss or whatever." She was like, "It's fine." I was like, okay." And then so he had asked me again. I still told him no. And he was like, "Well, at least can I have a?" He was so cute. He had little glasses on. He was just cute. He was like, "Can I at least have a hug?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh,
And so I gave him a hug.
you're like, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I was like, "Go ahead," but he was cute. He knew I was joking because we had a great little teacher student relationship,
Yeah.
and so he gave me a hug and then he like kissed me on the cheek, and I was like, "Ugh," that's what I did to him. And he was like, you love it, you love it," and then he just walked away.
Oh,
He was just so cute. He's so precious.
that is so cool. That is so cool.
It's a loving culture. So even when the kids would be bad, they would be like, I love you. And I'm like, ain't no way you love me. Because if you love me, you wouldn't be doing this. But they're so sweet. They're sweet. The kids are
So
very
when you started Melanin Madrid, back in 2016, after
uh-huh.
the great inspiration from the community, what, because I mean, now there's so many more bells and whistles. I mean, when I set up Black in Zaragoza, I was like, okay, well, they have an admin assist that just does everything for you. What did that process look like back in 2016 when you started a Facebook group versus now as far as managing it?
I think it was just all about the beginning was just all about getting us together and having fun. So like I've always just been a mission driven person, just wanting to ensure that everybody has access to the resources that they need whenever they decide that they want to move to Madrid, even just Spain in general. So I think I have always done community work before. I was like a community liaison at a library. So like I was like and a journalist and so it like I felt like everything that I had done in my life had kind of led me to like Melanin Madrid. So it is a lot of moving parts, but like when you love it so much, like this is work that I love, it makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, it was hard at first. Because you want to think of the perfect name, right? I remember where I was when I got the name and everything, but after that, when you have events and you just take pride in like the different things that you put on, everything has to be like excellent. um,
Mm-hmm.
but that can also have its downfalls because I can be a little bit too critical of like I can just be kind of critical because I'm like, oh no, I don't think the community like that because I really want to make sure that the people are happy. So just yeah. Hopefully, did I answer your question? I'm just like going off on tangents,
Yeah,
child.
girl, we are so right here and stuff because it's
I'm
like if
telling
I can
you.
stay focused this long, this is good because I will go off on a completely different subject and be like, it's okay. Okay, we're gonna get back to it eventually. Okay.
What's your sign? Maybe we're the similar signs.
Yes, I call it. I always have the shiny red penny or the squirrel things. Like, oh, that looks interesting. Let's talk about
That's me. I feel like it's just my Gemini nature. So
that. This is so right now. What is how many people in the Melanin Madrid group now?
there's
3,000?
think about 3,000 people.
3,100. Okay.
3,100. Yeah, but
Yeah.
when I come back, I feel like it'll be a little bit more active. Like my goal is to make it a little bit more active, but I feel like I'm so one track minded. Honestly, I'm just like, oh, the course. That's what I'm focused on right now. But as I come back, I know we'll do more like community things, and we still do a lot of community things.
Oh
Just
yeah.
yeah, and because
Yeah.
there's a WhatsApp group as well. So yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a vague plug right now, because yes, in April we are. I've organized a meetup in Spain where you do
Yeah.
3 days in Madrid and then 3 days in Zaragoza. And with that, I'll be working with Melanin Madrid, Miss Kepra,
Yes.
and we're going to work together to have a special event. I'm not going to put all the business out here right now because we don't want nobody just showing up.
Right.
Okay, so but I'm working with Melanin Madrid for well, like I say, it's an event and we're going to have some fun. So
We are.
just get ready, but make sure that either you can RSVP. There's a couple of ways that you can RSVP and say that you're interested in attending. One will be, hold on, let me get my information right here. So one will be if you are in Exodus Summit, the event is there. You have to go in there and just, even if you're like maybe right now, get your plane ticket, start there. But even if you're like just starting and you're like, I think I could do this, go ahead and reply back RSVP maybe, so that way you'll be in the know about any updates, right? And then the other way that you could actually be in the know about what's going on is by joining Black in Zaragoza. Yes, Black in Zaragoza is the Facebook group that I started, and you will stay in the know. There's an event there, and also I like to post stuff about Zaragoza, like things I've learned. Like I just posted yesterday about 5 places where I had some really great cocktails, because Zaragoza was not always hitting on the cocktails. They are now, depending on where you go. Okay, so I'll post random stuff like that. But you will also be in the know about this meetup that is happening in mid-April. So go get on there. You want to find out, make your reservations, and you'll find out about the different activities that's going to be happening throughout that entire week. So do that. Anyways, oh yeah, and it's in the description. I am posting it here in the comments also, but yes. And I love that because I asked you first, I was like, can we plan something? Because I really feel like the people that are coming should really, really meet up with the members in the Black community in Madrid. And again, that meetup, that picnic that we had in
Fire.
2023, that solidified. I was like, we were like doing line dances, and people were like looking at us and taking pictures. Like, this big old group of Black people, what is going on? Okay.
Right? No,
And we didn't
it's a
care.
vibe. It's a vibe. Like once you get in that environment, you're like, "Who I can breathe." Like, whew, you
Yes,
know? I
I
love
felt free. Absolutely. Absolutely. It says, so let's see. Well, okay, I had these questions kind of like it's the same thing.
it. Mm.
It's about, I think we kind of covered it. So, what inspired you to go ahead and create the Move to Madrid course?
Well, I saw that there was a need for it. People would ask a lot of the same questions. And I think just having a comprehensive course that has like all of the information that you need is just helpful. You don't have to, it takes the guesswork out of moving to Madrid. Like, I don't have to search here, search there. Everything is in one course. Not only that, like, these are things that you just can't chat GPT, like you just can't. These are things that are specific to Madrid, specific to Spain. And like these
Because
are
the
things
market changes, things change are changing.
it
So,
changes.
they're always evolving.
It's
Yeah.
always evolving. So, we in the course, we of course tell you what type of mindset you need to have. One thing that people don't talk about enough is the financial thing. That's why I like that you brought up finances because I think a lot of people end up leaving because of finances. So, the when you say you were cracking, like tracking your numbers and stuff, like that is
Mhm.
exactly what you should be doing. And in that course, we teach you things like that, like how much you need, how much are these apartments in this area? Because you may get the course and decide, like, in Madrid might not be because, or like, hey, at least when you get the course, you'll have a better idea of what to expect. People romanticize it, and yeah, it's great, it's fun, but you need bread. You need money. Like, so that's the kind of things that we walk you through. So we start with the Melanin Madrid mindset in the course, and then we kind of go on to talking about the culture, what to expect from the culture. We talk about
Mhm.
ways to come to Madrid. People are like, how do I even get there? We talk about the different visas. We talk about the digital nomad visa, which is a great option. But we also want you to know that there are like a lot of taxes associated with that as well,
Mhm.
and there are fees that you have to pay. Like there's a lot of different things that people don't know. They're just like, I want to go. I'm not happy in the US. I'm trying to escape this and do this. And it's just like, let me just give you some practical information. So it's really great. I'm really proud of it. And yeah, I decided to do it because I think it needed to be done.
Very much so. It was I remember right after the elections last year, Dee from H&D Abroad, her and her husband has a YouTube channel, H&D Abroad, and they talk about, they interview people and talk about their journey as a couple, and how to pick another, where they might want to go. But Dee and I have done some collaborations, and so we actually went live right after. I think I was going live that Wednesday anyways, and I said I'm not going to talk about the election. My whole goal, and I brought Dion, was just to talk about make good decisions. Don't make decisions. Don't make these snap decisions that I don't
Exactly.
like. I got to go right now. I mean, unless
Right.
you have some serious financial resources, and even with that,
Exactly.
um, still do some kind of like assessment, some kind of
Right.
self-assessment, because
Exactly.
you don't need to be like, I got to get the hell out of the US and
Mm-mm.
go to another country and have this attitude like y'all need to be catering to me because I'm an American, or this is not how it's done in the US. It sure the hell is not. It sure
And
is not.
I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
I actually that's in the Madrid mindset. That is exactly what's in the mindset. In the course, I tell you that, okay, this is not the United States. This
Hmm.
this culture has been around, has several traditions and different things going on. This is not the US. So I had to, like, that was one of the main things that I wanted to teach people. Like, you have to have a different mindset. Like, it's not going to be the same. Customer service
Yeah.
is just not going to be the same. And we have to, like, you can either get over it. I'm not trying to be like mean or whatever, but you can either try to get over
Stating
it
facts.
or just like just maybe don't go, because you cannot just be like, that's very entitled of us to try to go to another country and be like it should function like the US. in all honesty, it functions better than the US, to be quite honest, if I was just being
Mhm.
honest. But you just have to, hi, you just have to like be open and understanding and understand that it's just different.
Yeah, and it's like some people have I've heard some people say it's like, well, they should know this simple etiquette. I don't that don't make no sense that they don't know this. That don't make no sense that you would just assume that they should know it. What?
Yeah, or like come somewhere without doing like research or anything. You just
Yeah,
have to
like,
like
oh, it's universal. They should know that. Who told you it was
no,
universal?
no. You just have to embrace, like, you have to be open and embrace like the different things. And like you
Yeah,
sometimes you find out like, oh, I actually like this a lot better. You just have to take things for what they are. Take it for what
yeah.
it is, digest it, and just like move on. Like, you can gossip about it a little bit here or there, but just like it's different.
Yep. I had to catch myself. I think I told this story, but
We
I'll hear
all
it
have to
again.
catch ourselves. Like,
I had to catch myself because so I belong to different groups, and like the local groups because I want to hang with them sometime and get to know people. So one of the groups that I belong to is Internations, and last I love Internations, I really
that
do.
is in the chorus. Oh, y'all getting which guy? I put internations in the chorus. Connect.
Girl, anytime, yeah, because they
Listen,
have a chapter here in Zaragoza, but the chapter in Lisbon or the chapter in Madrid, baby,
amazing. It's
I
amazing.
when I know that now that I know when I go to Madrid or wherever and stuff, I need to make sure that's the first thing. Check to see what's going on, but also check Internations and
Yes.
see what's going on. Yeah,
Yes. It's
yes,
amazing.
game
It's a
changer.
great group because
But with that,
you're mhm.
I went for a walk with the group here in Zaragoza, and there was one lady. She had lived in London, I think, for 20 something years, and she had just moved back like 3 years earlier. And she asked me, she's like, so what are you doing here? Because I was telling her I live here. She's like, so what are you doing here and stuff? And I was like, I live here. She's like, she was confused and stuff. And in my mind, I'm thinking along speaking to a white American asking me I internalized like, what are you saying? I don't belong here. What? Okay. I didn't
Right,
say that to her.
right, right.
I graciously said when she said, how are you here? What brought you here? I said, because I can. And then and
Oh,
she turned out to be a very, very nice lady. And I was like,
uh-huh.
okay, you need to get that stick off your shoulder right now. So, because my neck was rolling a little. I was like, because I can. What?
Mm,
Okay.
listen, it be like that sometimes, and we always have to kind of check ourselves to be like, okay, like
Yeah.
let's just be open and let's just be,
Yeah.
it's some people like that says. So she probably was like, okay. For me,
It
I
was a
would be like,
genuine,
oh,
heartfelt
I
question.
would be like,
And
oh, she has spunk.
it's like, we gotta hang out sometime. But but yeah, so it's just learning to adjust. But I've completely forgot why we were even talking about all that. But just adjusting and being open and not being in a hurry. That's what it was. Not
Yes.
of course not being in a hurry to move under like some immediate duress that I need to get out right now without making some sound decisions or really thinking it through a little bit
Right.
versus never going because you're too scared to make a move. Two different
Exactly.
things that can be
Exactly.
causing you issues.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. And
Yes.
so in your times so you said your brother came to visit and then you said your cousin.
My cousin.
Okay. Anybody else trying to get over here?
One of my friends, Mike, he came to visit. He works at United. He was my one of my buddy passes. He works at. I was like, okay, you gonna be my friend? Come on, how's where like he very 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 handsome guy, but I went to high school with him, and we just kept in touch, and he was saying that he was working at United, and he ended up saying like, oh, I'm gonna probably stay in Madrid, for like a few hours. So can you show me around? So like he visited, So I had really three people visit. But I always like when other people's family visit. Like my friend's uncle, he came to visit. He became my uncle. So like I visited him in I literally visited him in New Jersey. Like he was like a really cool guy. So Yeah, I've had a few visitors. So I've been fortunate. I would have loved for my mom or my dad to come, but I don't think that would have happened. So that's why when I look at you and you're here with your daughter, I'm like, oh my gosh, that just gives me like warm fuzzies because I'm like, oh, if my mommy was here, that would be the best. If my mom would have visited me, but maybe
Yeah,
she
I
will
have
one
some.
day. I think I have to like get her to come by like saying, "Hey, mom, do you want to go to the Madrid Open?" Like she likes tennis a lot, so I think that's going to be the pool, like the Wimbledon, French Open, or something.
What is that?
I actually don't know.
Because I
I
have an aunt that wants to come. Like she will go anywhere for tennis. And so I'm trying to get her over. Now I have a relative in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I'm just like, just she knows. I'm like, just get your passport, and I got the tickets. You ain't got to drop a dime. Just
right.
get the passport.
We just want to
So
get you over here. That's what we want
yeah,
to do. Because once they
yeah,
get over here, well, once they get to Spain, they'll be like, like, wow, I love this. And it's nothing like having someone there to like help guide you
yes,
through. So you know all the
yeah.
spots in Zaragoza. So just it'll be perfect.
Which is funny because again, when I'm with my daughter, I'm like, girl, what they say, what's going on? But in the times that I've had, like I had my sister-in-law come over, I've had quite a few women come through and pass through Zaragoza, so I met them in Madrid, and it's just so funny because they'll look at me like, so what did they say? And I'm like, oh, they said such and such, da 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 da. I'm like,
Right.
who am I?
Well, that's what happens when your daughter is there. You can just I do that too. Like when my Spanish friends, when they're there, I just turn my ears off. Like I don't hear anything. So I
Yeah,
understand like when your daughter there, I don't have to listen. But when you're by yourself,
mhm,
you're just like, okay, I gotta listen. And
yes.
then when
It's
you're
like, can
showing
I
other people
translate
around,
it for y'all? It's like, oh my
right.
goodness,
It gives you confidence when you're actually showing someone else around. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'll say something like, like I'll say like "qué tal" and stuff, and my sister-in-law was like, "What's that word, girl?"
And keep letting her believe it. Keep letting her believe
Yeah,
you are a guru, that you're fluent.
this is so this is so funny.
It's
This is
hilarious.
so like what? Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. I like to always ask this. So, what advice would you give someone that is on the fence about taking your course, but they're on the fence about feeling overwhelmed or unsure about moving to Spain or to Madrid or moving out of the country?
Right. Well, I would just ask them to just analyze their life at the moment and just see if they've been doing the same thing for years. And I would say, like, okay, analyze, and has that made you happy? Like, what are you actually losing from just staying in Spain for a year or staying for 3 months? You can even try it out for 3 months. You could stay up to 90 days. So, giving it a try. I would just kind of get down to like what are some of their fears about living in Madrid or just going abroad in general. And then I would compare their fears to being in the US. And I'm like, okay, I can guarantee you the fears are gonna outweigh in the US. But not to really like try to get them on fears, but just to get them like saying, like, what do you want your life to look like in the next few years? Like
Yeah.
focus on you, especially I love to see women just decentering men first off,
Mm-hmm.
decentering and doing what makes them happy. Like I don't I like to worry about me and my own happiness because I feel like it's selfful.
Yeah.
Selfful. It's not selfish, it's selfful. Because if I'm happy,
I
then
like that.
I can be the best to everyone else around me. Um and so yeah, but then as far as like the Madrid course, like now that they've made the decision, um I think one thing is like if you want to feel prepared, like about coming to Madrid, then I think the course is like a great way for you to actually just get some insight into the city. We talk about transportation, we talk about a lot of different things that will really be valuable to people on their journey to Madrid. I feel like they can start off with that. If they have any fears, start off with the course because I'm telling you, it's jam packed. It really is jam packed. And so, yep, decentering men. Ladies, do not worry about, I'm telling you, like it is the year for us to really just, take back our power and to be intentional about living just a happy life. That's another thing I'm really passionate about, decentering and just being, you know, do people try to talk to me? Yeah, a lot, all the time. Is my answer yet? 99%, 99.9%, it's no. Like if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And most of the time it's a hell no. So no. Nope. So yeah.
I said gone on one date since I've been here. And it was funny because he only spoke Spanish and French. And we did not have to use Google Translate as much as I thought we would have to. So it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we haven't gone out since. It's like, but I just felt accomplished that
Yeah.
I mastered a date and with very little Google Translate. And I learned some things about him, and I was like, I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Right. It's the small wins. I think like, especially like being in another country, it's a different dating culture. Like it's those small wins. Like,
Yeah.
that's another great thing about being abroad. Like you're like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't. So it's like constantly discovering things about yourself. Right. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
my favorite part of being abroad. Like, I didn't really think I could do that. Oh, I can do like, so that's another of the beauty. You're living, it feels like purposeful. So I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I told you stuff, and I'm like, I told you about this, about just stepping out and doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Some of y'all may or may not know. So that when I was here in 2023, yeah, I did stand-up comedy because I thought I could, because I saw Kepra. And she said, okay, I'll give you 5 minutes to get up and do a set. And I was like, okay, so I had 3 weeks to get ready. And I did it. And there was a video that has since been destroyed. Like I shared with my daughters, and I said, you have 24 hours to look at this, and then it's going away forever. But okay. But the thing was, for me, as nerve-wracking and all that, and exciting and weird and all that as it was like, my thinking was, I'm doing this here. If I bomb, if I stink, ain't nobody in the US gonna know about it. Okay.
I love that. I love that you do. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to do that because
It's nerve-wracking.
I feel like I'm, like I told you, I feel like I'm funny, but I'm not stand-up comic funny. Like
Neither am I.
I'm just, but that's so interesting that you bring that up because I actually joined like a band while I was in Madrid and I was singing. I don't think I can sing. Like, so I can't sing, but people thought that I sounded good. And I was like, for real? Y'all think I sound good? I don't. And my other friend, Kelsey, she was in the band and we were roommates. So it was so fun. Like we would go to rehearsals and we would be singing. And it was like a full band, like a band behind us. So like I joined a band. So that was something that I never thought I would do.
Just opening yourself up to things and not caring. And yeah.
I didn't care. I had the same thought process. Like nobody in the US is probably going to see this. So I did it and it was just great. I love to sing, but I can't, like, I'm not a good singer, but it was so fun for me.
Yeah, it's just stepping out and doing something. Yeah, just doing something different. That is amazing. Well, okay, so I'm trying to see if I have any other questions before I let you go. I feel like, here's the thing. I have like 5 questions for a section, but I feel like when we talk, it's like we kind of like cover everything. So it's like,
right.
Okay, we good.
Yeah, anybody, wants to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me. It's really not that hard to get in touch with me. I have an Instagram, and I'm not funny acting.
Your Instagram is Melanin Madrid because the one for your name is like, don't go to that one. It's nothing.
I have one picture.
Followers.
I have one picture, but I still respond. I'll still respond as well. So if y'all need anything, want to learn about the course or anything, or just like want to chat about living abroad, I'm always happy to talk to anyone.
Yeah. So. And all of her information is in the description. I just put the course on there, but in the description, we have all the 411 about how to get in contact with Traneka. So Yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, this has been awesome stuff, and I hope I know that you may not be able to, but I hope that you'll be able to make it to Madrid for the event. And yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'm
And so,
excited as well.
so yes, but I understand, or if I come back to Houston, very unlikely, because I'm supposed to be trying to come back this summer for like a couple of weeks or whatever, and I'm like,
Woo!
oh, you don't have to.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah. Well, if I do it, it's going to have to be in June. Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to have to be in June because I have to get back. And in case people don't know and stuff, I'm about to be a grandmother for the second time because Kayla is pregnant again. So, yes.
Gosh, congratulations,
Yes.
Kayla.
So, and it was just so funny because how she told me was like, a couple of months ago. I had to wait, for her to like announce it. But she just said, so I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh, because we were having lunch. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she's like, well, I just needed to tell you because I know you'd be like ready to go and be in the streets or be, traveling to another country. So I really need you here in July. And I was like, oh okay. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Aw,
Okay.
that is so sweet. She has oh my God, it's nothing like having your mom's support. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You are amazing too, Stephanie. Now we are connected. This is great. So, guys, please do make sure that you like and subscribe and put your comments either in the comments on the side or in the comments afterwards. If you're watching the replay, hit it up. Please do. In the description, there is the group for Black and Zara. Goes to the Facebook group. Or if you're interested in actually attending the meetup in April, here is the link just in case you're not on Facebook, because some people are not on Facebook. So, and that is fair and valid. So let's see here. I'm sending you a place where you can actually sign up to get on the mailing list, subscribe to emails. That's all. It says so, and get newsletters and get updates that way. And on there, I will have some information about how you can RSVP without actually being on social media. And so yes. I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining. I really do appreciate it. And let's see here. Wait a minute. I always like get all messed up when I'm trying to like leave. Okay. And it doesn't quite happen that way. So anyways, so we're just gonna like fumble along for just a hot second. Okay.
I love this music in the back. It's nice.